Hello, friends. It's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. It's me, Christiana Gaudet, your Tarot Fairy Godmother. Hang on one second here. Here we go. That's better. All right. Just getting used to that. All right. Here we are. Okay. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Mixuir from Canada, Michelle, for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. Lisa Harmon, thank you for being a member, and thank you for the generous super sticker. Appreciate that. Laura T, thank you for being a member, and thank you for the super sticker. Super chats and super stickers are ways you can show your support for this broadcast, and I so appreciate all of you. And Justine, oh my goodness, Justine, thank you for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator, and thanks for helping out with the super sticker. I'm coming on here, I'm just getting here, and y'all are already giving me presents. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Your presence here is a present to me. But your financial support makes this possible, and I really appreciate it. Likewise, thank you to the members, thank you to the moderators, and thanks to everyone for being here, for being part of this community. So y'all know what we do on Saturday. Your specific question is what we're looking for. One per person, please. I do have a bit of a time crunch today, so I'm going to move as quickly as possible, get to as many people as I possibly can. And I'm working with my Spiral Tarot once again, because it's here, and I'm here, and you're here. So that's what we're going to do. I do want to let you know your June tarot scopes are up. I'll tweak it to make it a little more visible, but they're up. You can find them. And what else? StarCon tickets are on sale. Okay, more about that later. Let's get going with your readings. All right. And Mixuir says, Happy Pride Month, everyone, and Happy Pride Month to everyone for sure. But while we're celebrating, let's remember that this month, or this year, Pride season is striking a little differently because there are so many people that we care about who are under real threat of attack, of loss of health care, of loss of job, of loss of legal protection. So this year, it's got to be more than love is love. It's got to be, let's fight for the people we care about, right? So there's that. Okay. Here we go. Mixuir, first question. I had a realization about some big feelings I was having a couple of weeks ago, and I'm wondering if Spirit has any guidance on moving forward and integrating it. All right, fair. Yeah, this is about healing. This is about moving forward. This is about creating for yourself a life that is more satisfying. This is an important thing. You're not wrong that it's big. And so in order to move forward and integrate it, recognize that it's big, recognize that it's healing, recognize that it is somewhat life-changing, and recognize that there is no particular recipe for how you integrate it. You just do, and you just make it happen, and you're on the journey, and it's a good thing. Lisa Harmon. Once again, thank you for being a member. Thanks for the generous super sticker. Here's your question. I'm looking for confirmation that what happened in my meeting with my ancestors really happened, or did I miss something? The difference between what happened and what I wanted to happen. Okay. What if your perception of it was exactly right? I don't think I can add to this, Lisa. I think your perception of it is as it is, and I think your perception of it is going to help you move forward very appropriately. So I don't think we should change your perception at all, because I think your perception is both accurate and helpful. Lydia, nice to see you. I ended up asking for a break. I'm sorry. I would like to know how he's feeling about it and what I can expect in the future in regards to this relationship. I know how hard this has been, Lydia, and I know that the two of you really do care about each other. But I also know he's had a hard time showing up for you, and your requests have not been over the top in any way. So how's he feeling about it? Sad, upset, scared, concerned, worried, stubborn, treated unfairly. He's feeling a little victim-y. He does care about you and he wants to be with you. And I think you explained to him, like, you didn't break up with him, you asked for a break. And I think you sort of asked for a break to get your head together or to get away from the anxiety of, like, wondering if he's present or not. If you're on a break, you don't have to worry about what he's doing. But I think if you wanted to work this out ultimately and get back together, you could. And I know a lot of the issue is that he's having, he's having issues around money, finances, that kind of thing. But the fact that he is unable to be present for you because he's having these issues, that's the disconnect. Do we think he would be able to learn to be appropriately present? That's the question. I think he can. Whether he will or not is another question, but I think he can. So I think there is still hope for this relationship if you want there to be. I think there could be. Okay, Justine, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for being a fabulous StarCon volunteer. And thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you. Okay, I asked for juicy questions, and here we go. About 18 months ago, I cut off my best friend of 10 plus years after realizing she was a toxic narcissist who had been using manipulation tactics on me for years, damaging my self-esteem in the process, and so on. Did I make the right choice to cut ties with her when I did? She's gotten engaged recently, and now I'm even suspecting that one of the few longtime friends I have left standing, Julie, has been converted into a flying monkey. At dinner the other night, it felt like she was trying to shame me about cutting off the narcissist. Are my suspicions warranted? So it's so interesting because on one hand, you affirm that she's a toxic narcissist, but then you're like, did I do the right thing by cutting her off? Like, when is there a time when we shouldn't cut off a toxic narcissist, right? And so is she really? Is that really what she is? Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, yes, and also yes. Yes. And, I think you're thinking about the commodity of friendship and like, well, if I'm not friends with the narcissist, then I'm not going to be friends with this whole group of people who are sycophants of the narcissist. Oh, well, maybe you don't need to be friends with sycophants of the narcissist. Now, are you correct that Julie is a sycophant of the narcissist? I think Julie only sees what she wants to see. And I think she just wants this to be such a nice wedding. Ooh. And so I don't think that she is also a narcissist. And I don't think she's intentionally trying to shame you. I think she honestly doesn't see it and maybe doesn't have the wherewithal to see it. She might not be able to. So, I think you can be friends with her, with Julie, if you want. But I don't think you were wrong to end the friendship. And I think the problem is you feel like these are if I'm not friends with these people, then who am I going to be friends with? And I think that's the problem. I think it's really about finding new friends, really. So yes, you were correct. Are your suspicions warranted? Not entirely. I don't honestly think that Julie is intelligent enough to be manipulative on that level. I think she just doesn't see it and doesn't understand why we just can't be a happy family at this time. So I don't think that's like an intentional manipulation there. That's what I would say there. All right. Laura T., thank you for being a member, and thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. Okay, regarding my small tarot boutique, should I start doing phone and live readings? Currently doing messaging and email, but the messages flow faster than I can type sometimes. I hear you. I hate email readings with a passion. A lot of my peers really enjoy them and do great with them. It's like so not in my wheelhouse. I get it. I so get it. So, should you start doing phone readings? Yes, yes, yes. And, look at phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, all of it, And should you look at doing, like, in person might be harder just because of, like, the logistics. But doing phone and online readings, I absolutely think you should. In fact, should isn't even the word. Must. Must. Really. I think you should, for sure. All right, Justine, fair enough. I completely, 100%, she only sees what she wants to see. Thank you so much. Love the impression you did of how she just wants the wedding to be all happy-go-lucky. Right? Right? Yeah, there it is. And from Lydia, thank you so much for your help during this journey. It really makes me feel better to be able to understand what's happening more easily. Your work is truly admirable. Well, thank you. And thank you for being here and being part of this community. We appreciate you so much. All right. Julie, you're up next. Can you please tell me whom I should talk to gather information about my bullying, and will justice be done for me? How and when, please? Okay. So, I think you have to talk to anyone who has information that can help you. And I think if you do it and if you follow through the process, to some extent, justice will be served. Like, you can't, the hurt that has been done to you has been done to you. We can't take that back. But I think that we could get something that would make you feel better. So I do feel like if you talk to everyone who has information and follow this process, you can create it. But when you're saying, will justice be done? No, you have to make it happen. You have to make it happen. You have to get the information. You have to talk to the people. You have to be proactive here. And the thing is, will it really matter? If you do all of this, will it really matter? And the answer is, you could get some cease and desist. You can get some acknowledgement, and that might feel good. But it's also possible that the thing you need to do is just let it go and move on, and not put any more energy into this. That would be fair too, So either way you want to look at it would be fair. But the key is you can't let this person take from you more than what has already been taken. Maria Baresi, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Does my sister-in-law B believe the falsehood she is spreading throughout the families? Both sides are growing very concerned. I am so sorry that there's family stuff going on here for you. I am so sorry. So does she believe, the question that you're looking at, she's saying some things in the family. Does she believe it, or is she intentionally spreading lies? That's really the question you're asking, right? She believes it. She is not maliciously or intentionally spreading lies. She believes what she's saying. And she may have reason to believe it. So I don't know what's true or what's false. I don't know what she's saying, so I can't speak to that. But I know that what she's doing, she's not doing out of malice. And I know she's not being intentionally dishonest. I can tell you those things. Clearly, it's causing hurt and upset and discontent and all kinds of stuff. And I don't think that's her intent. Her intent is to try to make something better. Now, whether she's going about it the right way or not may be a whole other question, right? But I think it might be good to try to speak directly to her if you're willing and she would be willing to try to figure out what's going on. That might be the quickest, best way, because there's a lot of bad feelings being caused here. But I think that's because there were already a lot of bad feelings there, and this is just bringing stuff to light. So it's hard, and I'm so sorry on top of everything else. I'm sorry you're going through this. But I think a conversation is probably what's necessary. Okay, Melissa, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Messages from your ancestors on this strawberry full moon. Yes. Wow. 9, 9, 9. I'm just going to pull one more card just to see. It's not a 9. Okay, fine. But so many 9s. So what are we going to say about that? I think your ancestors recognize how hard you've been working and how frustrated you've been with things really not going your way. And your ancestors are seeing the strides you're making, and they want you to hang in there. The 9 is interesting. It could suggest really great things happening in September. It could suggest that the things that you are tired of are going away, and new things that will make you feel full and happy are coming. And honestly, with this predominance of 9s, if having babies is something you want to do, this would suggest that that's still a possibility. So, there it is. Ali Mammon, nice to see you. Could you please tell me what my spirit guides in the universe want me to know? Any specific thing I need to focus on and do? I think right now the focus needs to be, Ali Mammon, on the people that you care about. Friends, family, relationships, the people that matter to you, putting energy toward those relationships, whatever that means, toward building relationships. That's where the energy is right now. Claire C., so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. What do I need to know about Scott's condition? Is there any hope of recovery from cancer for him? And I'm so sorry you're going through this. I'm so sorry. Regarding Scott, actually, if he's willing to do treatment, the prognosis, I think it could go a lot of different ways. I don't think that there's a clear outcome yet either way. I think this could go a lot of different ways, and I think if he wants to commit himself to treatment, there is a possibility of survivorship here. No guarantee, but possibility. So there's that. Trey, it's so nice to see you. I have some beliefs about things that I think are harmful to me overall. I can't really seem to change these beliefs. Okay, so you have beliefs, and you feel like holding these beliefs, these are harmful beliefs, but you can't seem to change them. So you have beliefs that you have identified are harmful, but you can't change them. And I think what you have to do, Trey, is really look at, because you're the only one in charge of what's happening in your head, right? And so I think you have to ask yourself, how are these beliefs serving me? There is some part of myself that does not want to let go of these beliefs. How do they serve me? And my guess is these beliefs may be sort of beliefs that cast you in a negative light or that take away your power. And if that's the case, I think it serves you by taking away your responsibility. That knowing how smart you are, knowing how intensely you feel about things, that if you believe that you have power, then you have a responsibility to do something with your talent and do something with your beliefs. If you believe you have no power, you have no responsibility to do those things. That's just my guess. I could be completely wrong, but that's where I'm at with all that. So let me know what you think. And I think that the key, I think that the key here is the key at the end of the day is you're responsible for what you tell yourself, and you're especially responsible for what you tell yourself about what you tell yourself. And I think you're doing it to avoid responsibility, and the responsibility you're trying to avoid is responsibility of your own greatness. And look at these knights. Right. Trey, that's all on point. Thank you. And some spiritual beliefs that are negative, which I think goes along with it because it may be about punishing you, or it may be, it creates a situation where you don't have to take responsibility. There it is. There it is. All right. Thanks for asking such an honest question. Teresa, you have a backup question if the last one wasn't juicy enough. Okay, I'll remember that when I get to your question. And I'll say, not juicy enough, not juicy enough. We should do that, man. We should have like a contest for the juiciest question. That would be so much fun, right? All right, Canchin Verma, so great to see you. Wanted to know why my father, from a young age, trying to teach me lessons through the police. A minute voice he thought would lodge my complaint. Always been this pushy, narcissistic father. Now my adulthood, too, out of nowhere, he would be doing this. I ignore his nuisance acts because I had my work to do, but sometimes this random act just makes me think of what now? Well, I mean, and obviously I'm coming from a different culture. But in my culture, that would be considered abusive. I'm just saying. Just saying. So your question is really, why does your father do this? But you've already answered the question. It's because he's a narcissist. And I want to say big thanks for the hearts. I see a lot of hearts coming up. So thank you for the hearts. Remember to like as well. But I like the hearts. Appreciate it. So yeah, we know why he does it. He does it because he's a narcissist. And you need to be really grateful that that narcissism was not visited upon you, that you yourself are not a narcissist. Your entire goal is to create a circumstance where you can protect yourself from this kind of abuse. And you're doing it, but it's going to take time. So the thing you have to do is just let go of the emotional piece of this, that like your father should not be treating you like this. Right. Your father should not be treating you like this. But we can't do anything about it. He is, he does, he will. And so you just have to protect yourself the best way you can and get into a different situation as quickly as you can. And just be very grateful that you have survived this. How about that? All right. PL Day, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Okay, next question that I see is Rosemarie, and thank you for the 100%, the hearts. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Rosemarie, I want to become a tarot reader. Will that happen for me soon? I can read the cards intuitively, but I'm going to study hard to make it happen very soon. Do you see this? So let's talk about that. So when you say being a tarot reader, do you mean simply one who reads tarot, or do you mean specifically a professional reader? Now, in terms of simply learning the skills, to have interpretive skills to go along with your intuitive skills, because we know that the best tarot readings will come from that combination of intuition and interpretation. So in terms of learning and studying to become a competent reader, it's going to take some time. And a lot of it is going to be practice. A lot of it is going to be, it's going to take longer than you want. And that's the thing, It takes years. It can take months. It can take years. It's going to take a long time. So you have to commit yourself to that. Once you feel like you've really had the practice, you've done a few hundred readings for people, and you say you want to be professional. So I think ideally, before going professional, to have worked like for tips or just for free or whatever, to do a few hundred readings so that you really have a sense of how to handle the problems that come up. The thing is, I see people going professional too quickly. They do a couple of readings, they're like, okay, I got this. And the problem is the first readings they did went well. They don't know what to do when the readings don't go well. How to fix it, how to make it better, how to turn it into a good reading. That comes only with practice, and I think it's best to get that practice before you go professional. So when we look at going professional for you, I absolutely think you can do it. The thing, I think you want to be clear about what your goals are. Why do you want to do this? What is this for you? What is the venue you want to do it in? What are you expecting from it? How much time is this? Do you want this for a full-time gig, a part-time gig? There is so much. There is so much in all of this. And some of it, I think, is genuinely wanting to help people. Some of it is genuinely wanting to use this talent that you have. And that's totally legit. That's good stuff. But I think that there's a lot about the industry that you don't know. I mean, there's a lot about this you don't know. And so I feel like not only do you need to study the cards, you need to study the industry. And if you can do all of that, then yes, you'll be successful. For sure. For sure. All right. Okay, so Rosemary, you want it to be a full-time career. So, I mean, recognize that requires a lot of sacrifice. Like, you've got to be willing to sacrifice a lot. Like, no one does this as a full-time career because it makes a lot of money. It doesn't. No one does this as a full-time career because it's easy. It's not. So you have to want it so bad you can taste it, and you got to be willing to sacrifice, what you're going to sacrifice to do it. So there's a lot to learn and there's a lot to do it. But if you're really called to it, it's the best. It's the best. Like, I wouldn't do anything different for sure. It's the best. But it's not the best if you're not really called to it. So there's the thing. All right. Ashley, nice to see you. I have 3 interviews next week. Very good. I would like to know if I should go with the first interview that's on Monday or the second one, which is on Wednesday. So you haven't been clear about what these interviews are. I'm assuming job interviews, but I don't know. But I'm also like, why would you only go to one of them? Why wouldn't you go to all of them? Like, I'm so confused about your question. So I'm not gonna do this reading because I don't know how to do the reading and not potentially be hurtful. I don't mean like personally hurtful. I mean giving information that's not helpful because I don't understand the question. So if Ashley, if you could reiterate the question, I'll watch for it and I'll just get you in as soon as I see the reiteration. I need to know what you're really asking here because from what I'm seeing, I'm like, why wouldn't you go to all your interviews? I just don't understand. So please reiterate and I'd be happy to answer your question. All right. Nalini Kalu, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. I'm feeling frustration in several areas of my life currently. Can you tell me where I will feel relief and how soon? And I'm so sorry you're going through that. My goodness. And I will answer that. Rosemary, thank you so much. Thank you for your advice. I admire you and I want to be like you. Seriously. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's so kind. I really appreciate that. My book, Fortune Stellar, would be very helpful to you at this juncture. That's Fortune Stellar, what every professional tarot reader needs to know. You can get it for your Kindle or paperback. I would say grab that book. And that will help you learn a bit about the industry side. All right. And again, thank you. Really appreciate it. All right, Nalini, thanks for your patience. And whoever's sending me all those hearts, I really appreciate that too. All right, Nalini, here we go. Regarding your frustration, it's so hard. Because it's coming from a lot of different places. You're feeling frustration in several areas of life, but that frustration is also coming from the past, from worry about the future, from the present. It's all kinds of things. I actually feel like the month of June is going to be helpful. And, at the end of the day, I think the real thing that you're frustrated with is you. And I think it's about your relationship with yourself. I feel like you are super, super hard on yourself. Super hard on yourself. And if you could stop, if you could just do that, if you could be kind to yourself, if you could every day just appreciate yourself and your heart and your skills and your humor and your spirit and your creativity and all the things that are true about you. if you could just fully embrace and appreciate that every single day, then all the other frustrations, they wouldn't entirely go away, but you would feel capable of handling them. So I really feel like this boils down to your relationship with you. I believe that. And Justine, thank you so much. Highly recommend Fortune Stellar. Couldn't put that book down, literally read it in one day. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Yolanda, so nice to see you. Hope to see you tomorrow at Panera Bread. We're having our meetup tomorrow, 4 p.m. Thanks for being a member and thanks for being here. Should I travel to Pennsylvania alone this summer to visit, or should I take the husband and daughter with me or not go at all? Okay. You all know what I'm going to do with 3, right? So travel alone, bring husband and daughter, don't go at all. I'm a fan of don't go at all. That's where I sit. Don't go at all. All right. All right. And Yolanda has a question for Jenna. Jenna wants to know if she'll have a social life this summer and beyond and be able to hang out with friends this summer. I don't see any reason why you couldn't or wouldn't, honestly. I think sometimes there are efforts that you need to make that you either don't know how to make or don't want to make or are afraid to make. And I think sometimes there are efforts to make, I think sometimes the effort that you have to make just feels a little overwhelming and scary, and it causes anxiety. But if you can get past the anxiety and make the effort, then yes, I think you'll do fine. And remember that, most of us have some anxiety around exactly these things. You're not unique here. And even the people that look like they breeze through their social stuff secretly have the same worries. So just know that. Okay. Joyous Ocean, nice to see you. Reaper TV, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Gina Rutledge, thanks for being here. Joyous Ocean and Gina Rutledge, thanks for being members here. The next question is, here we go. Hang on a minute, just over scrolled. Give me a minute. The next question is Jeannie Mnuchin. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. I met Kat and she has a similar offbeat creativity and a way of teaching that doesn't fit into a norm. Would we be a good creative team for teaching in workshops? I think you are definitely a good team for some things, or at least for supporting each other. I think yes, like the broad stroke answer is yes, but the detailed answer is you have to be specific about how that's going to look, and there's some ways it could work great and some ways it wouldn't work at all. Hey, Clumsy Clairvoyance, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. All right, Elizabeth Peralta, you're up next. A message from my spirit team that they have for me. You need to know that your ancestors are with you and that you still suffer from some family trauma that is ancestral trauma. And that they support you, but it is up to you to do that healing. And this deck, I see a question about the deck. It's Spiral Tarot from US Games. It's a pretty classic deck. Came out in 80s or 90s. What is it? 1997. All right. Swati. Hang on a minute here. Swati. I wanted to let you know that I've cleared my internship exam. Congratulations, that's wonderful. Oh my gosh, I will be in a different city. Great. My man is also living in that city. I want to know about my career and relationship in coming days, given that. Well, congratulations. That is so exciting. I am so happy to hear this. Thanks for sharing that with me and with all of us. We are all excited for you. So when we look at this move, this is going to be a change. And it's going to be hard, but this is taking you where you want to go. In terms of career, I feel so good about this, so good about it. In terms of the relationship, it will require some adjustment and some communication. The relationship thing will be harder because you've learned how to be apart. You haven't really learned how to be together. So that's going to be harder. You're going to have to really communicate your needs to each other and really hear each other. But the educational stuff, the career stuff, I feel so good about. The relationship stuff, communication is the key. All right, Adrija, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Is there anything left with me and D? If yes, can you please draw some future on this? Okay. From what I can see, I think we're done. I really do. I think we're done. I do. I'm so sorry. But I think we're done. So, no, done. Sorry. Martha, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Among my family and spirit, who is around me and how do I access their guidance? I want to say grandmothers. Specifically maternal grandmother, and all you have to do is ask and she will come help. Seriously. Okay, right, I can see, Teresa, you did not give me a juicy question. I can see that, but I have answered other people's non-juicy questions, so I'll do yours now. But thank you for the acknowledgement. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members-only emojis. What does the universe want you to know right now? That you have been so busy taking care of business, it would be good right now to see if you could catch up with some old friends and doing some things that you enjoy that you haven't had a chance to do. So in other words, some time for you, as much as you can, if you can. That would be good. Okay, Jacqueline V, so nice to see you. Will I get a job opportunity soon? And the answer is yes, but it'll be sooner if you look harder. I feel like you're not looking as hard as you need to look. Okay. Hey, Barbie Bird, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. My question is about my living situation. Should I stay put until after Christmas, or is it in my best interest to relocate before then? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Stay put until Christmas or relocate before then. Neither is great. It would be good. I'd just like to be able to wave my magic wand and put you in a new space right now. But clearly I can't do that. I think it would be good to look now. If you could leave sooner rather than later, it would be good. The question is, can you find a place that works? So I think you should look. If you can't find one, you can't find one, but I think you should look. Seriously. Okay, Nicholas, DM27. When will I find a girlfriend that loves me and is also into tarot? Okay, Nicholas, when will I find a girlfriend that loves me and is also into tarot? You know, I think what you want to do, like as long as it's someone who's respectful of tarot, it doesn't have to be someone who's into tarot. I feel like, excuse me, I feel like the criteria, like more important than being into tarot is you would need to love her too. Having her love you is not enough. You have to love her. So I feel like the criteria, maybe need to change, but I would say one way or the other by October is what I would say. Oh, Maria, she's not willing to. Her heels are dug in and many have tried. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, Janelle, am I pregnant? Okay, so just to be clear, I'm happy to do the reading, but just to be clear, your best source of information about pregnancy is never going to be tarot. Just saying. Get a pregnancy test. Go see your doctor. Seriously. But let's take a look. What do we see? If I had to call it right now, I would say no, you are not. And, to look at issues, if there are issues around fertility, things of that nature, and there could be. But I think it is possible. I think you can absolutely create a situation where you can have a child. But again, talk to your doctor. That's really the key. Okay. Okay, baby cakes, and thank you everyone for your feedback. I really appreciate it. Baby cakes. How does the next 6 weeks look for me? Travel, family relations, friends, all of that. Hibiscus flowers. I love hibiscus. I'm down here in Florida with lots of hibiscus. Oh, Nicholas, thank you so much. Baby cakes, here we go. Next 6 weeks. So there could be problems with travel and communication. There could be some good things, but you're going to want to be careful. Like how we say during Mercury retrograde, we're very careful about our connections, our communications, our plan. Double and triple check everything. For whatever reason, these next 6 weeks, you're going through your own personal kind of situation like that, where, yes, you can do all of these things, but you need to double, triple check everything and be really careful about everything. It's like your life is a bunch of little ducks and you're trying to get them in a row, even just have fun, but they keep going off in their own directions. So, yes, you can do all of these things, but you're really going to have to do the work to make sure everything is in its box and as it should be. I don't know why this is for you right now. It's not your fault, but it is the energy around you right now. I apologize. Trey. Also, I laughed earlier. Is this person a narcissist? Pulls the devil card. Yes. So true, so true, so true. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, hey, Dr. All-Ed, so nice to see you. Based on our conversation yesterday, how should I approach the staff meeting on Thursday? Should I offer suggestions or just observe with little input? You want to offer suggestions, but you want in a way that makes you look engaged and present and helpful, not in a way that makes you look like you're coming in and you know all the answers. So yes, you should offer suggestions, but you got to do it in a way that feels collaborative and helpful rather than like, I know the answer to this question. Not that you're that person, but we're worried that some of the people here will think you're that person. So you have to go extra special hard to have them not think you're that person, but neither do you don't want to stay quiet because they have to know you and they have to see that you're helpful. So you see it's a balance, right? Okay, Quinn Kilharius, Renata, so nice to see you. I have always felt really lonely. I make friends easily, but I always feel like something is missing, like it should be deeper. Have I not found the right people or am I projecting my issues onto them? Both. And I think, the reason that you're feeling lonely is I feel like there's a depth within yourself. I think part of this is spiritual for you, that you're looking for yourself first. And the more that you have a good relationship with yourself, the more that you will feel that depth, the more that you will be willing to meet other people where they are. Now, should you be looking for friends who operate on the same deep level that you do? Yes. So the friends you have now, appreciate them. Look for new friends that operate on the same deep level that you do, but recognize that part of this is about your own relationship with yourself. So work on having a better relationship with yourself and enjoying your own company more. PL Hey, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. You thought of a question. That's fabulous. Is there a part of my craft I need to be concentrating on? The creativity that makes your inner child smile. I'm going to say that again. The creativity that makes your inner child smile. That's the one. Oh my gosh, baby cakes, that is quite a story. Got it. I understand. And Justine, thanks for your feedback there. That's yeah, there it is. Lit, nice to see you. I wonder what aspect of my life I should concentrate my energy on for this month. Personal healing, personal well-being, personal plans, like who you are and what you want. Seriously, it's about you. When people say, oh, it's not all about you, oh no, it is. Right now, let it be all about you. Seriously. Oh my goodness, Clumsy Clairvoyance has gifted a membership. Thank you so much for that. That is so kind. Okay. Sunlight. Is there a chance of reconciliation between me and my friend? And when will she call? I think she will call probably within the next 3 weeks or so. There is a chance of reconciliation, but I think you've seen some things you can't unsee. It will not be as it was. Okay, Aria Wilson, you're up next. Hang on, I have to find you now. I just overscrolled. Give me a minute. There you are. How would W value tradition in relationships? He's a love interest. So how would he value tradition in relationships? It depends. If it causes too much of a burden and he's tired, he doesn't want to do it. So theoretically, he'll like it, but the work of it might be hard. Emily, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Is pursuing painting the right living for me? It is a great thing, but you may need another job to help make ends meet as you're on your way. You know, I think it's fine to pursue, but it's going to take a while to get there. Karen 13. I want to work with leadership at my job, facilitating strategic planning and team building with a method called Lego Serious Play. So cool. Will they go for it? If you present it the right way, yes, they will. Yes, they will. Pamela Phillips, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I asked the cards how to see life more positive even when obstacles are in my way. I got Temperance reversed, the Two of Pentacles popped out, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and Queen of Pentacles upright. I had used 3 different decks when doing this, so what does it mean with the cards I pulled? So here's where I would go with this. So Temperance reversed is to realize that in the past you have not always had all the ingredients you needed to do what you needed to do and to make your life be what you needed to be, so you had to scrap. You know, you don't have to scrap so much now. You have the ingredients now. So you're looking at your situation right now and you're remembering how it used to be when you were young, and you're feeling like young you has to handle the stuff that you now is handling, but young you doesn't have to do it. You now has to do it, and you now has the ingredients. You have what you need. So you need to know that. That's what I get from Temperance reversed, actually from all of these cards. And Temperance reversed and the Two of Pentacles both speak of, like, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's time, it's energy, it's money, it's emotion, it's all of this. You have to have this set of priorities of, like, what needs to be done by, you know, where do you have hard deadlines and where do you not? And if you don't have hard deadlines, don't put so much pressure on yourself. The Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Pentacles upright. That has everything to do with you, with your relationship with your mother, with your relationship with yourself. You are learning, like I think it's about recognizing that like obstacles are not going to be a problem. Yes, there's obstacles, but you can work with it. You can work with it. You have the ability. And when you're the Queen of Pentacles upright, then you know, and you can, and you do. And when you're the Queen of Pentacles reversed, then you think you can't, but you can. So really, this is about how to see yourself more positively. When you see yourself more positively, you will see life more positively. How about that? Okay, Clumsy Clairvoyance, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for being such a supportive person. I really enjoyed doing my tarot tales on my site, but I haven't gotten much traction. Will that change? Shoot me a link. I'll put it in the newsletter for sure. Will it get some traction? I think you have to promote it more. If you promote it, it will get traction because it's good. Joyous Ocean. Thanks for being a member. I see you came up with a question. Good for you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. I've been told repeatedly that I need to narrow my business focus. I'll have some conversations with a few people about the how, but I want to hear what the cards say. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if that's an accurate thing. I feel like there's this set of common wisdom things that people say. Don't try to be all things to all people. Do one thing well. Narrow your focus. Be clear about your demographic. Maybe yes, maybe no. I think there's some things there that are valuable to hear, but I think that you can have a tendency, Dion, to think that other people know more than you. And I mean, sometimes they do. And it's good to get wisdom from other people. That's good. It's good to do that. But I think sometimes you give other people too much credit and yourself not enough credit. So I just want to say that as you have that conversation. Okay. Dexter, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. What will be the result of my exams? I'm open to your message. All right. I think the result will be entirely based on your preparation. So assuming that you are well prepared, I think the result will be fine. Mediha Ness, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. How is A's new work idea going to work out? Let's take a look. It's going to take some tweaking. It's a good idea, but to go from idea to execution is going to take some tweaking. It'll be okay. It'll happen, but it's going to take some time and some tweaking. Oh my goodness gracious, you gave it to Pamela's insight. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Pamela's really going to appreciate that. Oh, Lisa, thanks for that feedback. Okay, Ronnie Priyanka, will I get back my love? You will have love, but I think it's going to be a new person. Not that person, but a new person. Okay, Juliana Evans, first time here. Thanks for being here. I hope that you subscribe. We appreciate you. A friend recommended you. Great. Do I see a new relationship or perhaps an old one coming back? I think you have to resolve an old one. And that's not necessarily having to do with talking to that person, just resolving it in your own mind and heart. And I think it's going to be hard to have a new relationship if you have not resolved the past. So resolve the past and be open to a new relationship. Ron Geronimo, nice to see you. Asking if my hubby will contact me this year. There's a whole situation there. And I would not count on it. Let's put it that way. I'm so sorry. Oh, Teresa. I'm sorry. Teresa, you're on my mind. But I'm actually looking at Lisa. Those things rhyme. Teresa, Lisa, it rhymes. I didn't realize that. Thank you for sharing that. That's good stuff. Selma, I had a dream last night. Who was the woman in my dream? So just as I was reading that, you retracted it. So, okay, I won't do the reading because you retracted it, okay? Pamela, glad that made sense. The exam is done? I'm going to say, Dexter, however you feel about it, it's probably an accurate feeling. Sherry Armstrong, is my brother all right? I think so. Oh, Madiha Ness. Yeah, temperance is my favorite card. I could talk for hours about temperance. My friends, from my perspective, I've done all the readings. If I accidentally skipped you, I'm so sorry. It's last call for readings, y'all. Please reiterate. And if you're here and you want a reading, it's time to ask. Monday, we will do the 3-card weekly reading, but we won't do it in the morning as per usual. I've got a scheduling conflict. Sunday, tomorrow, 4 p.m., Palm City Panera Bread. If you're local, please do join us. We've got all kinds of events here coming up, especially notice on Wednesday at noon, we've got a special pop-up. I'm interviewing Nancy Hendrickson about her new divination kit. I've got copies of it. It's not even, the Kickstarter's starting like next week, but I've got a copy of it. So join us for that. My friends, I will look forward to seeing you soon. Take good care. Here it is. Okay. 2 more questions. Selma, you came back. And Ms. Silver, I'll do these 2 questions. Ms. Silver 41, will my new workspace work out or should I try somewhere new? I like your new workspace. I think it's good. No, I don't think you need somewhere else. And Selma, here it is. I had a dream last night and a woman approached me to hug me. Is that the feminine divine I petitioned? Heck yes! Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Yes. And even more yes. I love it. All right, my friends. Take good care. I'll see y'all soon. And remember, I am available for readings. Just reach out and book. Take care.